What's up, guys? I'm here in my backyard, and today I wanted to talk about something that I realize I've actually never talked about on the YouTube channel before. I think this is the perfect thing to talk about on Thanksgiving Day, and that is emoting in Hearthstone. Being nice, is it toxic? Is it tactical? And this is a funny topic because so many people have such strong opinions on this silly thing. There's a button to turn off emotes, keep in mind, and at the end of the day, it's just a video game. But one thing that I talk about when I'm coaching is I actually encourage my students, if you will, to emote people at times when it suggests to their opponent something that would be to their benefit. Like, for example, one thing that I have been doing frequently as Malagos Druid is I play Living Roots on one, and I make 2 tokens. And this makes my opponent think that I'm Aggro Druid. And Aggro Druid is played much, much differently with 2 tokens on board than Malagos Druid is played with 2 tokens on board. So if you get your opponent to use a coin that they wanted to save for a combo against you, and Spirit Lash or something like that, that's fantastic. And I think the emote really sells the fact that you're Aggro Druid. People have this idea that only aggro players emote. It's not true, but there are a lot of times in which tactically emoting actually gets something done for you. And there's another case in which a lot of times when you play a familiar combo but you don't have all of the cards, one thing that you can do at the end of the game is just to emote before you have it. Back in the day, Disguised Toast had a no Makathun Warlock, and people didn't keep track of the deck well enough to realize that he never had it. He would just try and emote them and force them to, not force them to, but bait them into conceding. And it totally works. I got a lot of comments on my recent video where I posted my THL match that was cast on stream that I emoted too much, that they didn't like the emotes, or they thought the emotes were toxic, or that it was silly that I emoted it in a competitive game. But the thing is that that's exactly why I did it, because it's a competitive game and I'm playing to win. People don't want to admit that they're influenced by emotes, but there are so many times on stream where I will play a card and I'll emote to make my opponent think something obvious, and they think that obvious thing when it's just not true. People love to give away information via emotes just to taunt their opponent, and if you use them tactically, then you can actually gain an advantage. But a lot of people don't understand at first what that means. And when I talk about tactical emoting, I'm saying I don't emote for the entire game, or I'll swap a hello at the beginning, but I wait the whole game. I make them not squelch me because I don't make them think about the fact that I'm emoting. I think that if you are just spamming emotes at every play, not only is that not tactical, that's definitely toxic. So I think emoting can be toxic, even though we're talking about a children's card game at the end of the day. It can also be tactical. So there's a difference. I consider myself a tactical emoter, and yeah, sometimes I'll put a well played in at the end of a game, but is that rubbing it in? Yeah, a little bit, but at the end of the day, it's just an emote. If you guys want to call that toxic, I disagree, but I see where you're coming from. So I'm curious, what do you guys think? Do you guys think emoting is toxic? Have you used emotes in a tactical fashion? I think that this would be a very fun discussion on Thanksgiving Day, so be nice to each other in the comments. It's not time to be rude, but I'm curious to hear what your guys' opinions are. So thanks for watching. If you liked the video, then make sure to support it so we can all join in on the discussion, and I'll catch you guys on ladder.